Welcome to Sade. A lot of people have been writing me and calling in and asking what is happening to Sade. We've not been seeing Sade on air every Friday. I am so sorry. You know, Yorubas will say that Agboto feyin rilo olo magbara wani. Yes, I am back and better. And now, your favorite TV show on television, Sade, will be coming up every Monday, 5:30 to 5:45 p.m. Yes. 5:30 to 5:45 p.m. Make it a date with me, and you will be inspired. You're welcome to Sade. Welcome back. Just check me out. How do you like my low cut? Well, I just decided to look young. You know, I'm just 16. I am 16 going on 17. Well, I am sure you noticed something again. Like I said, that Sade is back and better. For those of my friend and my family members, those that are in my constituency, the hearing impaired, Auntie Mumi Odutuga is back to sign everything and bits and pieces of what we discussed today. So for my hearing impaired family members, I love you. You are welcome to Sade. Remember the last episode we had, we talked about relationship, and I told you that, well, the first couple that will come on the show will be visually impaired man with his able-bodied wife. And of course, I got a lots of responses from that, showing that you all enjoyed the episode. Well, some people said, especially the kissing part. I go love. Oh. Well, today again, I have a wonderful couple. Yeah. Let's welcome Mr. and Mrs. Olu Benson. Yeah. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah,
you're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
So let me start with Oga. How did the love story all start?
Yeah, really. It started exactly 2012.
Okay.
2011. Point of correction. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We met at the blind school, Oshodi.
Okay.
When I was a student, blind student, I became a blind student. I used to be, before I went blind, okay, I used to be a scientist with Sopra contractors.
Okay.
Lodgers, contractors, and I work on ice and sea.
Wow.
Yeah, I go into sea, as sea fighters, and we go into ice to correct ice, so that they will be, in sequence,
okay,
like good formation and the rest, So we met, and as a tutor, one of the tutors I used to visit. So that was how we met, and she showed interest, And in fact, I love her character, her ways, She's very understanding, and also I discovered, being blind, it's good to have a partner. I used to before I went blind, but this kind of condition, sometimes if it happened, you might lose your real affection. You see. So that was how we met. So since then, we have been living together since 2012. We wedded July 12,
wow.
2012.
That was when the love,
yes,
the contract was officially signed. Right, so, madam, how did it all start with you?
We are okay and there's no problem. That's why people are discouraging my husband that, no, don't marry visually impaired, or marry sighted person. And some people are discouraging me to that, he's old man that he wants to go and marry. No, don't do that. Why? You see a young person outside, I say, well, let me do what God said. We thank God. Well, people are saying, why are you going for this? No, don't go. Look for sighted. Look for young person that will be okay.
But you were not discouraged. You still went on with it.
Yes.
Now, so, one of the things that people usually say is that for persons with disability, they wonder how they will be able to have children. This marriage is being on for years now. How many children do you have now? I know Yorubas will say, well, come on, follow more. But, we are trying to tell your story so that other people will be encouraged. So how many children now do you have, madam?
Well, we thank God by the special grace of God. I have, let me say, only one.
Okay. Okay. And the child is hale and happy.
Very okay and healthy.
Very okay and healthy.
Yes.
Okay, we thank God. So, madam, this journey so far, would you say that there has been ups and downs, or it's just been smooth all the way?
Well, there is nothing can, let me just say, there will be smooth things and sometimes it won't be smooth, but you will use the glory of God or the grace of God to follow everything.
To move on with life.
Yes.
Okay, sir. How has it been so far?
Yeah, in fact, I look at it that is one of the best things to do. Yeah, because really she's partially sighted, you know.
Okay.
Total blind. You know.
Okay.
I had this pterygium. That maybe it's man-made stuff, you know. Because I've done a lot of pterygium surgical.
Okay.
So, but still, it kept coming. So it's just like if something sent into the eyes. So with her, in fact, I've not regretted a single day knowing her. So in fact, it's quite ethic, you know. I love it.
So it's normal challenges with everyday, like any other marriage.
Like any other man.
So when it comes, you face it headlong, and then you move on again from that point.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Has there been any, before the marriage now, were there opposition from your family or from our own family?
Really, in fact, the old, our family, no problem. But my own family, you know, really, they didn't bother much.
Okay.
They didn't bother. But if you look at it, my church members, because I was a Catholic.
Okay.
And I belong to St. Vincent de Paul.
Okay.
So they did most of the arrangement for this wedding. Especially for me to have somebody to talk with, at least share a moment with. You understand?
So what do you do? What do you do as now that because of your sight you can't, you know, walk in the sea and all that anymore as a scientist? What do you do for a living?
Okay, thank you. When I was at Oshodi at the blind school,
Okay.
I learned a lot of things, you know.
Things like?
Yeah, like tie and dye, how to do cane weaving, and how to do shoes.
Okay.
And then also I learned of different chemicals.
Okay.
Right, like how to do soap and the rest, you know. So that's we tried. In fact, I invested a lot with her in this. But if I to look at it, we are not, you know, doing well in the market, in the market. What do you call it?
Environment.
Environment, right? Marketplace. This is because the sighted people are also in most of this thing into this venture. So we just say like a wasted venture to me, because I invested a lot. In fact, if I tell you more than $500,000, not getting anything, no achievement. So I decided to go into transportation.
Okay.
So I bought a bus, and I also own a car. Okay. But the problem, they capitalize on my present predicament. You understand? Like my boss now, the last driver I got just abandoned the bus almost a year now and took away my battery. Since then, I've not gotten another good driver. I don't know. Maybe it's a plan work. They knew each other. You know, most of them used to interact. So I think like that, you know. In fact, it's so ethic. So it's so ethic.
You know, what you just said now, it's, you know, I know it's like every other challenge that any other able-bodied person also face. But do you think that should weigh one down as a person with disability, or one should just look for another alternative and keeping on?
Right. I understand. I'm still looking for
an
alternative.
Okay.
Maybe to what do you call it? Destify, what do you call that in English?
Or another alternative to move on,
right,
at least as a source of income for the family. Okay. So madam, let's go back to talking relationship again now. Would you say that with this marriage you are blessed, you are satisfied, despite the fact that both of you are visually impaired?
Yes, 100%.
100%. So you can say, okay, he's a darling husband, he's caring, he's loving, and he does his job as a man
Yes.
every time, in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night too.
Yes.
Okay. So what advice would you give to people watching out there, parents, especially women? I find out that it is women that attack women when it
It's
comes to
true.
marriage.
It's
In
true.
one family, you see, is a woman that is saying this person must not marry this person or else
Yes.
we will burn down this house. In another family again, it is another woman there, one mother-in-law, one sister-in-law, and all that. So it is us women. What advice would you give to such women that are saying uh, persons with disability should not marry each other, or persons with disability should not marry whoever they love? What advice do you have for them?
Thank you very much. My advice is that to parents, especially mothers, my advice to them is that they should just leave the children, let everybody look for her own or his own.
Okay.
Because sometimes one let me just say, when some people they said, don't do this thing, do this one, at the end of the day, everything will break. Well, it is just like my own, because those of my in-laws, they came, they said, how can I cook? Who will help you to cook? I said, no, ma, sir, can you sit and I'll try to cook for we people? They said, no, you can't cook. I said, I can do everything. And by the special grace of God,
So you clean, you
I
cook,
did everything
you go to the
till
market,
then.
you wash clothes,
Yes.
and take care of daddy.
So my advice is that they should just leave everybody to marry
Whoever they love.
whoever they loved. That's my own. And they should pray for them that God will surely keep them.
Thank you very much. Sir, before you go on, before you leave, before I close the curtain on this show, I want to ask this last question. Your children, growing up for them, seeing that their parents are visually impaired, how did you reconcile that? How did you mentor them? Was there any time they were never proud of you? Was there any time they feel bad that their parents are visually impaired?
Yes. Sometimes, if they are, like they used to be my pilot,
Okay.
like what happened
Take you
now,
around.
bringing me here today. So they don't look at it as a problem at all.
Okay.
They believe it's part of them. Children of nowadays, they don't look at it as but before those days, how going my father that is blind, all over everywhere. But they look at it as a pride. So I'm very proud of them, for doing this.
And they too are proud of you.
Yeah, they're proud. Exactly.
All right. Well, viewers, that is all we can have on today's episode of Shade. I want to thank my guests, Mr. and Mrs. Olu Benson, for coming on today's episode of Shade. I pray that your love will last forever and forever and forever, and you continually be good examples for other people watching you at home. All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much,
madam.
ma, for
God
coming on
bless
today's
you.
episode of
Strengthen
Shade.
you forever.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, that is all we can have on today's episode of Shade. Trust you are inspired. Don't forget that every person, everybody, tall or short, fat or thin, do have one challenge on the other. And the best thing to do is to make the best out of that challenge and keeping on. Keeping on. All right, at the same time next week when I come your way again, I remain your friend on TV, Shade Salimono, and it's bye-bye from me. Bye.